Hey everyone, it's Ludo, and welcome back to RenovHome. In this episode, we're not going to tackle the future bathroom floor like I originally planned. Instead, we're heading back to another floor I still hadn't rebuilt yet. This time we'll be working on the highest floor outside of the tower, but before that, we'll need to tear down an old closet partition wall that used to separate the two upstairs rooms. Before demolishing everything, I'm going to recover the treasures hidden inside. Well, okay, maybe not exactly treasure, but with all this I could probably open a little bar, and that's already something. I'm also moving the new TV screen for the future bedroom. A nice bargain from Darty. Alright, now let's get started demolishing this entire row of closets. At the very least, it'll provide a little heating if I can't reuse some of the wood pieces. I'm removing the nailed boards that were tying all the closet sections together. I'm not going to be gentle with it. The goal is to move fast and get things done properly. Luckily, I'm directly above a load-bearing wall, as we'll see later on. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure everything would have crashed straight through the old wooden floor into the room below. I'm taking the shortest route possible to clear the debris, using a north-facing window to add to the growing pile of rubble from the previous floors. I'm placing a couple packs of wood fiber insulation underneath to soften any falling debris once I start breaking the solid partition wall. So now I'm discovering this structure at the same time as you guys. It's basically a wooden frame filled with plaster bricks covered with a lime render. Honestly, even without much support at the top, besides this horizontal rafter, this setup makes for an incredibly rigid wall. We're far from the drywall partitions commonly used today. First section completed. Now I'm moving on to demolishing the middle closet. Once again, the reciprocating saw is my best friend. Quick cleanup along the way. I'm sorting through old papers that were left inside the closet. Now that all the closets are gone, let's move on to the rest of the wall. Some nails sticking out from the vertical rafters were embedded directly into the plaster between the bricks. That's what tied the wooden frame to the partition wall. I could have used a sledgehammer, but the goal here is simply to loosen the lime render from the bricks to make dismantling the wall easier afterward. And there we go, I've reached the bottom. First objective completed. I'm going to give everything a major cleanup, even though I already removed most of the debris progressively during demolition. At the same time, I'm discovering the top of the load-bearing wall, which was most likely the original height of the house before it was raised higher. So the house probably ended around this level, right here. But we'll come back to all these details another day. Alright, now let's clean up everything lying around on the floor, today's victim. I finished sorting through the bottom of the closet. One day, if I ever manage to catch up with video editing, I'll show you some of the things I found. While sorting everything, I came across this completely smooth Napo bottle. And a small religious medal, just like many others I've already found in the house. In the room below is the small workshop I had set up for my wife, which has already been relocated elsewhere. I'm protecting the few things still left there, mainly to catch as much dust as possible. Right underneath is our base camp room, where we stay during renovation weekends. And speaking of that, the site manager decided to stop by. Let's see what he thinks about all this.
Okay, see you later, bye-bye.
Still a few more steps before I can finally tackle the floor itself. I'm also removing the thin insulation layer I had previously laid over the floorboards to reduce heat loss during winter. Its efficiency was questionable, but since I found these rolls years ago when we first arrived here, I might as well use them, especially since they won't be part of the final house anyway. I'm removing what I had installed above this stair opening, which used to be connected to the staircase I salvaged in a previous episode, and which currently serves as temporary access to the last restored floor. And there we go, second objective checked off. Let's keep going. I'm starting by removing this sort of baseboard, which is actually a small beam. It mainly supported the force from an old roof brace from the original house structure. At least that's my guess. You can even see the mark it left on the wall, where less dust accumulated over the years. Alright, time to remove the floorboards themselves. Nothing too complicated here. Some of them don't even have nails left anymore, which makes removal much easier. Beautiful, isn't it? I'm trying to keep things as clean as possible, but you can already see the disaster downstairs. I won't be performing miracles here. Things have progressed nicely, final stretch now. Not exactly a surprise, but these floors are still severely lacking in beams. I'll have to think carefully about how to stiffen everything up, while still preserving the old character of the place, which I love more than anything. But at least now we're finally starting to see the future master suite taking shape, although for that, you'll have to wait until the next episode. See you soon. This was Ludo.